If you've been avoiding baking because you're afraid the batch size might be getting the best of you, the solution might be closer than you think. I've been living on my own for almost 2 years now, and honestly, I had pretty much given up on baking until Super Cubes entered my life and I found out that you can actually use these and make pre-portioned, freezer-ready baked goods that you can enjoy now and whenever you want, which means no more eating something just because you don't want it to go bad. So in today's video, I'll be walking you through 3 protein-boosted recipes that I've been making on repeat that I know you're going to love. We're gonna be making a high-fiber baked oatmeal that's great for breakfast on the go, my favorite cottage cheese cheesecake that is as guilt-free as it is delicious, and a banana bread that's also high in fiber, lower in fat, and honestly, as delicious as it is cute. And if you're new here, welcome to Future Me Eats. I'm Margaret. This is where good food meets midlife reinvention, and also where cooking for one is finally getting the attention it deserves. So today, we're baking directly in these Super Cube trays. But of course, if you have another silicone baking tray, that works as well. Just make sure that it's high quality. You really want to look for platinum cured silicone, which is the gold standard. And of course, all 3 of these recipes today can be made in regular baking pans as well. And I will be putting the details and options in the description below, so don't worry if you don't have them. All right, so we're going to be starting with the one that so many of you asked for after my last video, my banana berry baked oatmeal. So I've tried a few different baked oatmeal recipes over the years, and what I love the most about this one is that it has a softer texture once it's baked than other recipes that I've tried. I also love how flexible it is. You can eat it as is or dress it up with toppings of your choice just to keep it interesting. All right, so here's what you'll need. 2 cups of gluten-free oats, 2 large ripe bananas, a 1/4 cup of honey or maple syrup, 1 egg. You can also use a flax egg if you want to keep this vegan, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of chia seeds for extra fiber, a 1/4 cup of protein, and a 1/4 cup of walnuts. This is optional. You can also swap these out with almonds or pecans or a nut of your choice. We're going to be using a 1/2 cup of mixed frozen berries, 1 cup of unsweetened milk of your choice, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. First thing you'll need to do is add 2 cups of boiling water to your rolled oats in a large bowl. You'll set that aside for about 10 to 15 minutes so that the oats have time to soften up. Next, we're going to mash our bananas using a fork until smooth. It's okay if it's a bit lumpy, not a problem. Next, we'll add in our wet ingredients, starting with the egg. Mix that up to get it blended, and then add your honey. Give it a mix. Then we'll add our protein powder. Once that's mixed, you can set it aside. When our oats are ready, they will be softened, and again, all that water will have been absorbed. Next, we will sprinkle in our baking powder, give that a mix, followed by the banana egg mixture. Fold that in until everything gets evenly combined. Next, we'll add in our almond milk, give that a mix, followed by our chia seeds, our walnuts, and finally our berries. Mix that up, and I almost forgot our salt and vanilla. It's not too late. Give it all a final mix so that it's nicely blended. Next, we're going to portion this straight out into our Super Cube trays. I'm using the 1 cup version here. Now, if you don't have these trays and want single portions, you could also use a muffin tin here. You will just have to adjust the time in the oven. I love that you don't need to grease these. They are naturally non-stick, so no extra fat is needed here. Once everything is portioned out, we are ready to pop these into our preheated oven set at 350 degrees. These will bake for about 30 to 35 minutes. You will know that they're done when they are set and firm to the touch in the middle and a bit golden brown around the edges and on top. Set them aside to cool right in the trays on your countertop. These will stay fresh for up to 6 days in the fridge and can also be frozen for up to 3 months. Lately, I have been using this vacuum seal system that comes with reusable storage bags, but of course, Ziploc bags are fine. So I love how each of these portions comes out perfectly sized, ready to grab, reheat in the microwave or oven, and eat however you like, on its own, or my favorite way, topped with some Greek yogurt and some fruit compote that I make using the same frozen berries from my freezer. It is endlessly versatile and so satisfying. All right, so that's breakfast on demand sorted, but I know that a lot of you might be here for the next recipe. When I mentioned cottage cheese cheesecake in my last video, I got quite a few requests. So full disclosure, I am totally late to the party on the cottage cheese trend. I was not a fan of it whatsoever until I started getting serious about adding more protein into my diet. And I realized that I could have my dessert and get my protein in at the same time, guilt-free. So if you love a little sweet treat that's also good for you, I think that you're going to love this recipe. Here's what you're going to need. 1 cup of cottage cheese. I use 2%, but any fat content works here. 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt, 1 large egg, 2.5 tablespoons of sugar. I'm going to be using powdered monk fruit sweetener, 1.5 tablespoons of flour, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, and 1/2 teaspoon of lemon zest. So everything goes straight into a high-powered blender, and you are just going to blend it until it's completely smooth. I make these without any sort of crust, although that is an option. But today I'm keeping these simple. I'm just going to be using the 2-cup trays here. It gives me 2 really generous portions that still come in under 200 calories with over 18 grams of protein. I bake these at 325 degrees for 25 to 30 minutes. You're looking for set edges, a matte surface, and a center that's just slightly jiggly, but not sloppy. Let them cool completely before putting them into the refrigerator overnight. Once they are completely cooled, you can simply flip them out onto a plate and voila, dessert is served. Don't be fooled by the look of these. You are going to be so delighted by that creamy and densely rich texture in the best possible way. You can enjoy them on their own or dressed up with the topping of your choice. I am definitely going to be trying some other versions of this recipe in the future, so why don't you let me know in the comments below what flavor combination you'd like me to try. Okay, final recipe, and honestly, my personal favorite for those snacky moments when you want something comforting, but you don't want to have to pay for it later. Banana bread is one of those things that feels indulgent, but doesn't have to be. This version is made with whole wheat flour, natural sweeteners, and a combination of protein powder and Greek yogurt to bring the protein up without changing the texture that you love. It's moist and fluffy, and for me, it tastes like a warm hug. So here's what you need. 3/4 of a cup of old-fashioned rolled oats, 3/4 of a cup of whole wheat flour, 1/2 cup of protein powder, 1 teaspoon each of baking soda, salt, and cinnamon, 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and for the wet ingredients, you'll need 3 large ripe bananas mashed, enough to give you about 1 1/4 cups total, 1 large egg, 1/2 cup of plain Greek yogurt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 tablespoons of honey or maple syrup. We're going to start by blending the rolled oats into a flour texture using a blender or a food processor. Next, we'll add these to our bowl with the rest of our dry ingredients. Give them a good mix around to get everything blended together. Now onto the wet ingredients. To your mashed bananas, you'll add your egg, the Greek yogurt, the vanilla, and honey. Honestly, I should have used a bigger bowl here. I don't know what I was thinking, but anyway. Stir it up carefully until everything is well combined. Normally, I would have added the dry ingredients to the wet, but obviously my bowl is too small. It happens to the best of us. This way still works. Just keep mixing until it all comes together into a nice, well-combined batter. I'm using the 1-cup trays here again. No need to grease the insides. Simply portion it out as equally as you can, and don't be afraid to adjust it as needed. These go into a 350-degree preheated oven for about 30 to 35 minutes. You'll know they're done when the center springs to the touch and they are nicely golden on the top. I just love how great these look when they pop out of the pan, like little mini banana breads that you can enjoy now. You can share them with friends and even maybe serve at your next brunch buffet. Such a treat. Pop them out, let them cool, and freeze whatever you're not going to be eating this week. They keep for up to 3 months in the freezer and thaw beautifully at room temperature. Each mini loaf has 23 grams of protein, only 3 grams of fat, and 360 calories you won't regret. Full nutritional details in the description below for this and all the recipes that I shared in today's video. So there you have it, 3 recipes, 2 trays, and a freezer stocked with breakfast, dessert, and a snack that actually pulls its nutritional weight. This is exactly the kind of baking that I can get behind. Make it once, enjoy it for weeks, and never have to feel like you are choosing between eating well and eating something that you actually want. So if you give any of these recipes a try, be sure to come back and let me know in the comments. I do love your feedback. I read it all and have also gotten some really great ideas for future videos in there. So thank you everyone for that. If you missed the video that inspired this one today, you can catch up on it right here. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more easy meal prep ideas and recipes that your future self will thank you for. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.